Okay, welcome everybody. We're the ZeusX brothers. I'm Brent. This is Toad, and we're going to be
Alright.
talking about some Titan numbers, and then we're going to get into a white paper in a little bit.
Okay, I'm Toad. I'll share the screen here. The price of Titan X right now, it seems to be hitting on the fib retracement that 0.786, which should be solid support. So that's just an update on the price.
Is that a
51.88.
weekly
Yeah,
chart?
that's on the weekly. I'll switch it to a daily. That's the daily. So it lost the 200-day moving average. I thought that was going to hold, but now I look for another support, and that 0.78 is pretty good support. We'll see if it holds up.
Okay.
All right, so next we'll go to, go ahead and, I gotta stop this screen. Go to, so now we got the deflation numbers. You want to talk about that?
Okay, so in total circulating supply, 110 trillion, there's actually 17 trillion that's locked in the staking pool. So technically,
Right.
we're down to 93 trillion circulating. They're not technically burnt, so they're not going in the burned category, but they are locked as if they're burnt. So total circulating supply should technically be 93 trillion.
Got it. Yep. Yeah, I hope Jake changes that in the future.
Yeah.
Puts that in its own category, but that's fine.
But it is going down.
Oh yeah.
Every day it's going down a little bit.
0.3 a day. There was somebody put a chart on Telegram that showed 112 a few days ago, or 6-7 days ago, and now it's 110. So
yeah, every 3 days it's losing a trillion.
Okay, now we're gonna go to what the video is about. Okay, do you see that?
The white paper?
Yeah.
Not yet. I still see your supply, Titan supply.
Right, I got to change that, change this. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got Matrix. It's got some pretty good tokenomics and incentives and stuff like that we'll talk about later. It's not bad. I was kind of impressed by some of it. All right, so what do you got?
Okay, so let's just go over we'll just go line by line. It's a cap deflationary token, cap supply, buy and burn, sustainable due to the hyper payouts. So he's going to be staking hyper and using the payouts to feed his buy and burn. So that should keep the buy and burn continually fed with some kind of power to burn. To buy and burn, yeah.
Yep, I like it.
Okay, 20-day, 28 auction.
Yep, and okay, so on the auction, the first 8 days is going to equal 80% of the supply. So there's going to be way more daily that you're able to get the first 8
days, which is smart because most people are going to get in on the first week anyway.
Yep. And so the last 20 days is going to be the last 20%. That's kind of cool.
Actually, 18%.
Oh, is it 18?
Yeah, I don't know. He says 18 later down the road, and he doesn't talk about where the other. I didn't see where the other 2% goes.
It must be the LP pool creation or
that's
something.
What it is. Yeah, he probably mints 2% for the LP.
All right, we'll have to find that later. One thing about the auction, he said if a bot comes in he said literally the block before the auction will end, it'll see if the ROI is good enough. It'll mint a bunch of tokens on the auction and then sell them literally the next block. So he put in the last hour. You can't immediately get your coins. You have to wait for an hour after the auction just to stop the bots.
So in hours 1 through 23, you can immediately get if you mint in the first 23 hours,
you get a minute after the auction ends.
But if you mint in the last hour, you have to wait an hour.
Yep.
Huh, that's a smart thing too.
Yeah, I like some of this, the fundamentals. So let me see if there's anything.
Okay, then he's got the patience incentive pool.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Here.
we'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Because we got to get through. I mean, that's going to be down the white paper a little bit. So,
okay. So where do you want to go? Let me see.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit to those three right there. It was designed with three core principles: cap supply, buy and burn, long-term holder value through patience incentive pool, and the sustainable foundation. Yeah, so he's going to be staking. Let's see.
Hyper Titan X. No.
This is okay. He's talking about the sustainable foundation to build upon. So it's going to accept Hyper, Titan X, and Ethereum. I'm assuming those will be your input tokens to get into the auction.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep. And I know. I remember he said if you go in with Titan, it's going to be turned into Hyper.
Yep. And if you come in with ETH, it'll get turned into Titan and then into Hyper.
Right. Yep. Okay. Oh, and there's the supply, 80%, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Token distribution.
Okay. So 1 billion total tokens will be the total supply.
Oh, okay. So, and 80% of it comes out in 8 days. So it's going to be 10.
So it'll be 100 million. Is that right? 100 million a day for 8 days.
Right. Yep.
Okay, scroll down a little bit. Users can participate in the auction through 2 entry points: direct Titan X contribution. So go right in with your Titan X, or through ETH, which is automatically converted into Titan X. So it doesn't go into Hyper. It's just Titan X. ETH turns into Titan X, or you can go into Titan X.
Yep. So I guess for anybody who wants to know, it's way cheaper for you to do the transaction by yourself. If you go in with ETH, you're going to get a way worse price at the end.
So you're saying take your ETH, turn it into Titan X yourself, then take your Titan X and mint Matrix.
Yeah.
Because if you take your ETH and just put it in and you let Uniswap do it for you, you're not going to get that great of a price.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Do you want to go further to the auction phases?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that kind of just explains what we were talking about.
Yep. So 800 million a day for 8 days. That gives him the money he needs to get the project going, get all his incentive pools set up, get some staking going on. Then the last 20 days, 180 million tokens total. So that's 18%. And then I'm just assuming the other 2% would go to minting coins for his liquidity pools.
Yeah, or we'll find out. Okay. So this is what I thought was kind of cool. So when you go into auction and at the end of the auction, you have your coins, but you don't claim them. So if you don't claim them, you're going to earn more coins over time. As people claim, you're going to get part of, how would I say that?
Yes. So the patience pool is going to have, every day it's going to add a little teeny bit to the pool. And if you cash out, if you claim your coins on day 10, you're going to get your share of the rewards for that many days. But he says by day 88, it starts to grow faster. I think his percentages go up per day after day 88. And so if you think about it, by the time you get to day 88, a lot of people will have already cashed out their tokens. So the people who held on, there's going to be very few people that have held on and haven't claimed their coins. Yep. And then you're going to have 88 days worth of rewards going in, every little bit every day. And then pretty soon day 88 comes and it's going to take off and go up faster. Okay. So the longer someone holds on, the more reward they'll get.
Yeah. Now he said that this is going to get fed by the buy and burn, that no new coins are created. It doesn't, it's not inflationary. after the 28 days.
Right.
It's just part of the buy and burn goes in to feed the incentive pool.
Okay. So
And go ahead.
if the buy and burn is feeding the buy and burn, he's taking a part of the buy and burn to put into this.
Yeah. And should I scroll down and see if it's
yeah, so 5%.
We'll come back to that. Distribution. All right, I'm not sure.
Right there. Patience incentive pool. 5% of all tokens acquired through the buy and burn go into the incentive pool.
Ah. Okay, that's not bad. 5%. So it's not going to take away from the buy and burn that much.
Yeah.
But it will feed. So the last person standing, whoever holds there without claiming, is going to get just a huge reward. But it might be years and years from now. I don't know. Well, okay. So if his buy and burn runs out, then there's no more reason.
But technically, his buy and burn's not supposed to run out because he's going to be earning rewards from the hyper pool, and that will continually feed his buy and burn, which should continually feed the incentive pool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of how long does somebody want to hold on before they cash out or before they claim their coins.
Right. Hey, one thing I remember, he said at the end of the 88 days, if you claim your tokens, you're going to get 100% of what you deserve, what you earned. Before that, you don't get your full 100%. Your extra rolls over to the other people who are holding longer. I think that's how it goes.
Is that in the white paper?
I'm not sure.
I didn't see something like that.
I believe I heard him say it. It might be not correct. I remember him saying that. Mike. But all right. Okay, now we'll try to find that out for later. Oh, maybe it's day 369. Because look, patient incentive pool allocation schedule. You get a lot less of your deserved tokens if you claim early. And it keeps going up all the way to day 369, and then you'll get your full amount. You see that?
Okay. Yeah, I don't understand exactly. So phase 1 is days 1 through 28, where 1%. Oh, it goes up to 1%, from 0 to 1%, I guess. And from days 29 to 88, it goes up to 28%. And then from day 3 to 369, it goes up to 100%. And then, okay, so that must be what you're talking about there, is where if you get out in the first 28 days, you're only going to get 1% of what you should get, or what you're technically you've technically earned. You're only going to get 1% of it.
I know it's kind of like Ouroboros. How it's a, what do they call that when you I can't remember the word. Anyway, you're vesting your coins, and the longer you vest them, the more you get.
Okay. So then days 29 through 88, you'll earn between 1% and 28%. And days 89 through 369, you'll earn 28% to 100%. So that's why he's saying that it grows exponentially after day 88.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Just think of the low supply the first 28 days, Brent.
The low supply of,
because most people are going to be holding and not claiming. So there's not going to be that much supply.
Oh, so supply and demand, the price could go up. And if the price goes up, then people are going to claim. So it's going to be that game theory, that battle between, do you hold for the rewards or cash out because the price is so high?
Yeah. And You could have short term, medium term, and super long term where you don't claim.
And
But
that would be
you have
a
to
good
do
idea.
different. You have to do different mints, or different. You have to participate in the auction different times, because you can only burn one auction claim as a full claim. So, okay. What's
all right.
next?
So what did we
Initial.
skip?
We skipped.
We skipped Titan X distribution.
Okay.
Hyper staking strategy.
Here's Titan distribution. Matrix auction accessible Titan X and ETH automatically converted to Titan X. 80% buys Hyper, 50% to buy and burn, and 50% to be staked. Okay. 4% build on Titan X project. So 2% goes to Dragon X vault.
And 2% to Phoenix.
Yeah, to Phoenix. 8% to Liquidity Wallet. Okay. And 8% Genesis.
So on his liquidity, is he just creating one pool just for his coin?
You know, I don't know.
He didn't talk about a liquidity web.
It's a liquidity wallet, so I'm thinking it probably.
He'll just keep adding liquidity to his pool.
Yeah, which is it's kind of smart, because Scale says they're having trouble having the price show inside of Rabby wallet, and he said the reason why is because he's not liquidity with Titan X. He doesn't have a pair with Titan X. The minute that you pair yourself with Titan, you get a in the wallet. It shows your price.
Okay. I mean, honestly, it would be smart for any token to be paired with Titan in a liquidity pool.
I think so.
Because Titan X is the coin that people are going to be using 90% of the time to get in and out of projects. I mean, you should have a pool.
Yep. That's controversial, but
yeah, I don't want to cause any problems. I'm just saying it would, in my personal opinion, it'd be a good idea if every project had a liquidity pool with Titan X.
Yep. Because I'm selling a coin right now, and it's not paired with Titan X, and it's kind of a long process, and you pay a lot of fees.
Right.
So that's just my opinion. All right, cool.
The other thing is it would actually take more Titan X off the market if it's more Titan X locked up in liquidity pools. So that's a benefit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a great idea, especially if it's locked.
Yep.
Do we do the staking?
No.
So this is just Hyper. So this is just Matrix investing into Hyper.
Yep.
I believe he's doing the full max 3,500 day stakes, and then when it comes due, he's going to just restake it for another 3,500.
Yeah, the perpetual max staking.
Right. Payout cycles every 98 and 369 days. Okay.
Okay, what do you think about that?
I like it because the 8-day payouts run out so freaking quick that they end up being useless after the first 3 or 4 payouts.
Yeah.
So why? How do you feel about
it? I think maybe 98 and 369 is a long time to wait. It's like it's 3 months and a year.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on 8 days might be a little quick, but I mean, 2 weeks to a month would be a good one. But I mean, this is Hyper, so there's nothing he can do.
Right.
Hyper set it up to where it's 98 and 369. I just think maybe it's a little bit long. In crypto, 3 months is an eternity. To wait 3 months for your rewards is just a long time.
Yep, I agree. Heck yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, today is our first anniversary of when I got my first Titan X mine, December 15th, 2023. So, yep, wow. That was crazy.
So you got into Titan X, right? What, 2 months after it started?
Day 45, I think, is what it showed when I got in. Yeah.
Nice.
Exciting times. And then a year of no, never mind.
Ups and downs.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs.
All right. So
Uh,
did we pretty much cover Matrix? It looks pretty good.
yeah, I kind of like the tokenomics and the incentive, the long-term incentive. A lot of good stuff. 8 days he puts out most of his supply, and then the last 20 he doesn't put out very much,
Oh,
which would be high demand.
Is he going to continue to do auctions after the 28 days or after the 28 days is done? He doesn't have any, he's not feeding more auctions, right?
Yeah, you know what? It didn't. I don't think it said it in the white paper. I think there is auctions. So let me.
He would have to use some of his hyper rewards to put into an auction. And I don't see where he says anything about that.
Phase 2 is just the following 20 days, and then that's it. So then after that, it might be just the staking pools.
Pool. Well, the staking pool is going to feed his buy and burn. A little of his buy and burn is going to go to the patience rewards.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see anything about continual auctions. So,
right. Okay.
He'll be earning his money in these hyper staking. So every 98 days and every 369 days, he's going to get payouts that will feed his buy and burn, and it'll feed his patience pool.
Exactly. Yep. So cool. Oh, and then does this one come out on Tuesday? What's that day? I think it comes out Tuesday the 17th, I believe.
Okay, it shows on here that it's one day and 20 hours to go. So
okay.
tomorrow. Yep.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday.
Cool. All right, I think that's it for Matrix.
Okay. Let's cover next video. We'll cover stacks.
All right. See y'all later. We'll be back with another video.